Over the past several years, we have seen some very divisive commentary from the players, from the coaches, from the owners, from the general managers, everyone involved in professional sports and in the woke sports media. As long as you stick to a certain narrative, you're allowed to say anything you want. You're allowed to virtue signal about career criminals being rightfully shot. You're allowed to trash Donald Trump as the president of the United States. You're allowed to kneel during the national anthem. You're allowed to do all this different social justice protesting, and it's fine as long as you stick to the narrative. But as soon as any other kind of commentary comes out, all of a sudden you're not allowed to say that. You shouldn't be allowed to use your platform like that. And now it's come to, we are going to fine you if you say something that's outside of the echo chamber. That's what is happening to defensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, Jack Del Rio. After Jack Del Rio had some Twitter comments where he basically said, it's interesting that we're having all this charade for January 6th, yet for the summer of love, for the tens of billions of dollars worth of damage that were done, for all the lives lost during those riots, no investigation, no nothing. Isn't that weird? Because of comments related to that after the media pushed him on it, Jack Del Rio has been fined $100,000. This is fucking disgraceful and disgusting. If you're gonna allow some people to use the NFL as a platform to push all the bullshit they want, yet you fine and silence someone over this, it's insane. Commanders called January 6th domestic terrorism, fined Jack Del Rio $100,000 for disappointing dust-up comment. Washington Commanders head coach Ron Rivera has fined the defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio and called the events of January 6th domestic terrorism. Del Rio caused the Commanders heartburn when he called the events a dust-up. The coach later apologized, but that wasn't enough for head coach Ron Rivera. So, to be very fucking clear about this, he said that January 6th was a dust-up. That's what he said. He didn't endorse a bunch of it. He didn't do anything like that. He said the dust-up at the Capitol, and that gets you fined $100,000. You know what? You can say whatever you want about Colin Kaepernick, about blah, blah, he didn't get any chances. Never once was he fined or suspended or anything for speaking out the way he did. Yet now we have a coach who is saying something outside of the approved narrative. $100,000. Silence is demanded from the woke NFL. Let's read this entire fucking thing, shall we? From the Washington Commanders. They're complete and total cucks, just because their name is the Commanders instead of the Redskins like it should be. But anyway, this morning I met with Coach Del Rio to express how disappointed I am in his comments. His comments do not reflect the organization's view and are extremely hurtful to our great community. No one would expect it would reflect the organization. It's one individual. As we saw last night in the hearings, what happened on the Capitol was an act of domestic terrorism. A group of citizens attempted to overturn the results of a free and fair election, and as a result, lives were lost and the Capitol building was damaged. Coach Del Rio did apologize, and he understands the distinction between the events of that dark day and peaceful protests, which are a hallmark of our democracy. He has the right to voice his opinion, and it most certainly is his constitutional right. However, words have consequences, and his words hurt a lot of people in our community. These people, I have to be very careful to not use words that I'm not allowed to use on YouTube, because what Ron Rivera, what the NFL and all these fucking pussies are acting like, I can't quite say the words I want to say, if you understand my meaning. I want to make it clear, our organization will not tolerate any equivalency between those who demanded justice in the wake of George Floyd's murder and the action of those on January 6th who sought to topple our government. As a result, I've decided to fine Del Rio $100,000, which we'll donate to the Capitol Police Memorial Fund. I feel strongly after our conversation, he'll have a greater understanding of the impact of his language and the values our team stands for. I'm really fucking pissed about this, because we have sat here as the NFL has shoved shit down our throats, say you have to be okay with the NFL players using this platform. We sit there while they literally have social justice activism. They are using NFL funds for social justice activism every single day. And every single day we have to listen to the mainstream media. One person comes out and says something like so innocuous, he refers to it as a dust up at the Capitol. And they get fined $100,000. They're told they cannot say that. You cannot have that opinion. That is not allowed. This is disgusting. The Washington Commanders should be ashamed of themselves. So should the NFL. And so should every single member of the woke sports media that has helped allow this type of attitude to actually occur, because they are just as culpable as everyone else. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.